our equations before. It's usually y equals to blah 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 blah, right? It can be q, it can be anything, right? Now I want to introduce to you to another notation. Okay? Now, this one I will have to write when x is 2, y is 2 squared plus 2 plus 4. So it's 4 plus 4 plus 4, answer is 12, right? Correct. Now, there's another notation that I can use. I can use fx. Now, not only fx, if you go to later chapters with bigger factor theorem and so on, there's something like gx, hx, that kind of thing. That means it's a function in terms of x. What is so good about this notation? All of you look up. When I say f2, it means when x take the value of 2. That means you will sub in 2. It will still be 12. Understand? So this is one way to denote a function. Everybody clear? Okay, now, what if I write f minus 2? What does it mean? When x is what? Negative 2. Okay? What if I write f3? When x is 3. So this is the meaning of fx. Are you clear now? Are you clear now? Okay, yeah? So this is the meaning of fx. Everybody okay with the notation first? Okay, good. Now, of course, if I let gx be this, then I cannot do fx already lah. I will do what? G2 lah. This is when x is 2. It's the same thing. It's just a notation. But usually we start with f first, fgh. Everybody clear? Okay, now, next. Let's look at example 1. Today we are talking about maximum and minimum values. Okay, let's take a look at the first one. Example 1. Okay. I'm going to explain this because this is actually an extension from your EMATS. Okay, all of you look up here. Given that fx is 2x squared minus 4, find the value when x is 0. Okay? Now, all of you look up. When x is 0, I will have f0, right? Okay, what is this? Just negative 4, right? Because the x squared is 0, right? Just negative 4. Okay, then look at the next part. That one is the one that I'm worried about. All possible real values of fx. Now, fx is this. Correct? Okay, all of you look up. Can I rewrite it as this? Yes. Yes, no problem. Okay. Now, do you agree that when x is 0 is negative 4? Correct? Now, 0, that means this negative 4 is actually the minimum value. Can you see that this guy here will always be positive? Because x squared, unless it's 0, then it becomes 0. Okay? Otherwise, it's always negative 4 plus something. Negative 4 plus something. So it's always bigger than negative 4, right? Do you agree? Okay? Now, you must first of all recognize that this x squared is bigger equal to 0. Therefore, 2x squared is bigger equal to 0. Agree? Correct. So, what is the minimum value of fx? It's actually negative 4. Everybody clear? Correct? That means fx must be bigger or equal to negative 4. Agree or not? Everybody okay here? Can understand? Okay, okay. Look at the question again. Part 1. Find the value when x is 0. This one is no problem. All possible real values of fx. Now, a lot of people are confused. What do you mean real values of fx? That means the real value for this one, which means is this one. All of you look, because later I'm going to do computing the square. Do you agree that 2x squared minus 4 is the same as 2x minus 0 squared minus 4? Can you see the minimum point is actually 0 minus 4? Can you see it? This is the completed square form. Okay, understand? But I always write this number in front so that you can see that it's always plus a positive number. So this becomes the minimum value. Okay, the minimum value of fx is negative 4. So fx must be bigger or equal to negative 4. Are we clear? Are we clear? Okay, good. Now, completed square form. Okay, example 2. I'm going to go to example 2 already. Let's take a look at example 2. Express fx equals to x squared plus 6x minus 4 in the form x minus h squared plus k. Now, when you see this, that means it's completed square form. Agree? Okay? Alright, now, when I did A maths, right, what did I say about completed square form? The coefficient of x squared must be what? 1 before you start to complete the square. If it's not 1, you factorize out. Understand? So, this is already 1, so quite good. 6x plus something square minus something square minus 4, right? What is this something? 3. Good. So this one will give me x plus 3 square, right? This one, right? What is this? Minus 5 minus 4. Minus 13. Agree? So this is the completed square form. Okay? Now I need to warn this class. Even if they write like that, right? You don't need to change it to negative. It's understood. Understand? If it's like that, means negative 3 lor. But you don't have to write, you just write like that, can believe it's understood. You understand now? Don't have to match the signs. Do you follow? Okay? Alright, now, next. What did the question ask for? All possible values of fx. Now, I want you to look at this one. I'm going to rewrite this. This is part 1, right? Part 2. All possible values of fx. I'm going to rewrite this. I can write like this, right? Correct. Now, I want to ask you one question. This is always what? Positive or 0, right? When it's negative 3. Agree or not? Okay, so the minimum value for fx must be negative 13, right? Correct? Correct? Okay, good. Now, then look at the last part. This one is important. I've already done it in Emacs. All possible value of fx. Sorry, this is part 1. The minimum value of fx. This is not part 1. This is part 1. What's the minimum value of fx? You look here or here. What's the minimum value? Negative 13, right? It's the least value, right? Fx can take. Everybody clear? Fx means this whole thing. It doesn't mean anything. Fx is not f times x now. It's a function in x. Okay? Now, last part. The value at which x, the value of x at which the minimum value of fx occurs. Okay? Now, part 3. Fx is negative 13. This is the minimum value, right? When x is what? Negative 3, right? Correct? Because any other value I square still will have value. Correct? So this is the minimum value and the value at where x. Value of x at which the minimum value occurs. Okay. Now, if I want to relate it to Emacs, right? Can you tell me this graph is what shape? U or N? U, okay. Then this is the minimum point, right? What's the coordinate of the minimum point from there? Negative 3, negative 13. So it the same. Then people will ask me, can I use Emacs method in Amax and Amax method in Emacs? The answer is yes. It's just maths. Everybody clear? Cannot. Now, some people are confused. Do you agree minimum value of fx must be negative 30? Okay, why? Because if I have negative 3 plus 3 square, this is 0 square, right? Now, any other value, let's say negative 5 plus 3. This is what? Negative 2 square, the answer is 4. That means 4 plus it is still bigger. So the minimum it can be is negative 30. Are we clear? Okay, so no problem. Okay, next part, example 3. I'm going on to example 3. Are we there? Example 3, Okay, good. Don't sleep, Joshua. Okay, let's look at example 3. Express each of the following functions in the form this, where a is not 0, hence find the maximum or minimum value of fx. Justify your answers. Okay, I'm just going to do this. There will be no homework for today. Okay? But you have to listen to me. Understand? But go later you cannot understand, Okay. Okay, let's take a look at these two functions. Okay. First of all, look at the question. What do they want? First thing, write it in completed square form first, right? Then after that, find the maximum or minimum value of fx. Justify your answer. Okay? Now, all of you look up. All of you look up. This one cannot complete square yet. I must take out what? 3. Agree? Then 3 stays here. This is a 1, right? Correct. Now I want to know x squared, plus or minus? Plus or minus? Plus or minus? Minus, right? Okay, what's minus 1 plus 2/3? Yes, correct. Minus 1/3, right? So when I multiply back, I will get 3x minus 1 square minus 1. Correct? Because I multiplied it. Correct? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Now all of you look up. Because this is a U-shaped function, right? Correct? What is this minimum point? 1, negative 1, right? What's the minimum value for the vertical axis? Negative 1. So the minimum fx is actually negative 1. Okay? Now, maybe I don't do B, I just do A. I show you why, okay? Now all of you look at this one. Now I can write this again, right? Can you see? The coordinates I get from here, this one I write. Now can you see this one is always positive? Correct? Or 0. So the minimum value must be this one, because I always plus something, must be more than negative 1. So the minimum value is negative 1. Can you see it? At what value of x does the minimum occurs? When x is what? X is 1, right? When it's 1, this will be 0. Can you see what I'm talking about? Okay? Tomorrow, I will reiterate this point again. Understand? You need to know how to complete the square. Is that understood? Can or cannot? Tomorrow, I'm going to continue this. Alright. Alvin, stop the video.